Great to be here today on the year 2026. And I have with me today Garland Pierce, who's a big guy out of Raleigh.
Wow. Big guy.
Raleigh. That's a joke that's put in the studio. But this is episode number 1, podcast number 1. We just got off the big ride for 2025, the big ride 2025. And if I'm not mistaken, and I know someone's going to say I have been mistaken, we did about 400 podcasts last year. Am I mistaken? Yes, I am. But it sounds good anyway, and I'm enjoying myself. It looks like we're going to be here for another season.
That's
and
good.
That means just January. That's a part of the season. January is the season. And wanted to thank all of you for coming back to the podcast to listen to what's going on, if you will. And I've been zeroing in on dealing with finances. And as you know, I have gotten off the horse a few times to talk about some other things, and the community-wise, et cetera, talk about what's going on in the area. And again, today we have, before I go any further, I need to thank the Creative Studios for being on board today and for this next ride that we're going through. Last year, we were able to, because of the numbers that I was able to do, they were able to buy new equipment.
Oh, wow.
And that's a big plus.
Whoa.
And they've gotten more events. I understand they've gotten a lot of events, and the equipment is going with them when they go to the events. And people are saying how nice it is that they have really equipment instead of them using a flashlight just a phone. So they're good. They're real.
Good.
They make you feel good, homey. That's the important thing. So at any rate, let's get back. Let's get back to this. Garland Pierce, senator.
House of Representatives.
Well, isn't that just
Senators?
a change in words? Just a change in words.
Okay, you can.
Change in words.
You're sure you can do what you
We'll
want to
change
do.
it to anything we want it to be.
There you go.
Yeah, because as I understand, we had to get special permission from Raleigh to have you come today.
From my attorney.
Yeah, your attorney. And because of that, I understand.
And I don't see the paperwork on your desk yet.
Okay, well, it's coming. It's coming.
All right.
But
it's going to be important. That
You
get the
were
paperwork.
actually writing up something for the president. Is that correct? Just nod your head yes.
How do you know all of that?
Well, at any rate. So I'm hoping, obviously, that things will happen. And then with so much happening in North Carolina.
Correct. Yes.
And this may be a first with us here today, but has the budget been passed? I think everyone wants to know at this particular hour. Can we say on this show, so I can say I've been the first to put it out, that the budget has been passed?
At this point, the budget has not passed. To all your listeners out there, the budget has not passed.
It has not passed.
Some suggest maybe, one person said maybe April. Some said we might not do a budget. So it's up in the air. Really, it's up in the air.
And you're not kidding, are you?
No, not at all. I wouldn't kid.
Okay.
Because it's so important to so many people in North Carolina that the budget pass, schools, health care, teachers, and just people who benefit from the state budget. So
Right.
now it's a very serious matter. And
It is a serious matter. But again, Raleigh might work like our households. And when I say that, I mean that as long as there are checks, you can keep writing. Don't worry about the balance. Just write the check.
somewhat, but the leaders in Raleigh would say at the present time, we have a budget.
Yeah.
That we operate not the old budget. We're still paying bills, but it's not the increases. Those are things that people are looking for, the increases, their pay raises, and other organizations that need to be funded.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well,
That's the difference.
Okay, well, we could settle this all and make sure that no one gets an increase. How's that? Would that work?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
We need the increases.
All right.
Yeah. Everybody needs those.
Okay. I want to go to another plane. I'm going to come back to this Raleigh situation. And and say to the audience out there that's listening, Garland Pierce, Senator, you're a pastor.
Yes.
Okay. And you're
45 years I've been pastor.
45 years.
A long time.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, 45 years.
But,
and Mrs. Scott, let me say this to you. Thank you for now. I'm home. This is my home. I'm from Fayetteville, North
Yeah.
Carolina, right up the road.
Okay.
6009 Yakka Road. I was raised up right past Simon Temple, so I'm home. This is.
Oh, that's great.
I remember this area when there was nothing here, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm home.
Yeah, that's
Glad to be back
something.
home
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Now you pastor a church in Laurinburg.
Yes, sir.
It's a mega church, I understand.
Okay.
And with all the things that are happening now
Yes.
out there, being a mega church, how has that affected you? Has it affected you personally? For things that you do and things like that?
Of course, I mean, my positions on certain issues it's affected by being a pastor, of course, as you well
Sure.
know. There's some situations, some things that I believe in and others, but I try to balance it all out with the people I serve, legislatively and in the church. So it's a balance act sometimes that you really have to really think through it and make the right decisions based on your beliefs. I think beliefs are important, and you recognize that. So
Sure.
sometimes you get to do what you think is best, and I've tried to balance it the best I could in Raleigh and back home.
Yeah, that's good. You've done a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Your congregation has, it really is based on how it's grown based on how you vote, possibly. Is that something?
I would say so at some
Really?
point.
I was
Yeah.
just throwing that out there, but it
at some
does,
point,
you think?
yeah. Well, I mean, I've come from the Bible Belt, excuse me. That's the Bible Belt. The closer you get in these rural areas, it's the Bible Belt. There's certain things that churches believe, people believe, and you can't take that away from them. And I try not to do that, but there's certain things, beliefs that they have that are just important to them, and we try to work with that and balance. It's a balancing act at time, so. But as you made the point, just throw this out there. Dan Blue is the number one Democrat, and I'm number two or three. That long we've been up there. Dan Blue, of course.
Yes, I do.
We've been there that long. Dan is the number one minority, and I'm number two.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there 21 years, so been up there quite a while. And I
Okay.
get a lot of advice from Dan. Dan's a great statesman, not only but a great statesman. Dan Blue. Just want to throw that in for Dan. Great guy.
Do you have anyone at this, since you've been there and, year after year, do you have someone that assists you on things?
Well, I have my legislative assistant in the office. I've had a couple of those, and to have people in the local area that are Democratic leaning, Democratic issues. We work together on that. But my assistant in the office, along with other folks, help me on issues also.
Okay.
Because I represent Scotland County and Hope County, so
All right.
I have good relationships in both those counties.
Well, we don't want this to go by, but
Okay.
how can someone get in touch with you if they want a bill passed? Not actually
that's
a
fine.
bill,
No.
but something done. They've got trouble with the neighbor next door with a dog, whatever works.
Those are not legislative issues, brother. But I do get them. That's why I'm just kind of
I'm just
smiling.
saying that's what you get sometimes. Yeah, people
But-
don't know that.
Well, I tell people you get federal, state, and local.
Right.
And each one of those different entities serve different things. If you got a problem with the dog barking, somebody turn over your trash, that's local folks would deal with that. With your city council.
Yeah,
And then
right.
county issues, and then state and federal. So yeah, that's it's four. But no, I'm easy to get up with area code 910-273-1098.
Okay.
I think that's a form, right? A 1098.
Yeah.
Okay, so area code 910-273-1098. And I always have my cell phone with me. So the cell phone is my office. So start right there, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Super. And going a little bit further with this, if you've been there for that length, what committees are you on?
One that I just pride myself on, and I know you understand that. I've been on the insurance committee since I've been there, and I've had great relationships with most of the major insurance companies. They stay in touch with me about issues that affect them. I'm on the military affairs, economic development. So those are kind of key. And healthcare, I've been on that quite a bit. But I do pride myself on insurance and great companies, and they always, things that you do, some of the folks that you work with they come through my office also.
Right,
I mean, I know you're part of a bigger group. You
It
know,
is,
you're not an independent. You are an independent agent, of course,
Yeah,
but
right.
still, y'all do have a pack. I use that term.
PAC, the PAC is very
Right,
important.
right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A day on the Hill is what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only just in Raleigh, but also in Washington to, of course, cozy up to the individuals in office.
It's a nice term.
You like that?
Cozy.
Yeah, cozy up. You use that twice, it can be yours.
Okay.
Okay. And just do that.
That's good. Yeah.
Anything that's out there now, bill-wise, that you've been struggling with and why someone has not joined you? Or
I think one issue, thank you, Scott, is this whole thing about handguns. It's still we have the governor vetoed the bill. I think it's where people can just carry. I get it confused sometimes. I hate to say that, but it's this whole gun bill. These gun bills are one that's very challenging in our communities, and I think that I'm with the governor on the bill. That he vetoed it, so I'm sticking with the governor because I think too many some people say a lot of handguns is good, but I don't think that because there's a lot of people that you and I probably would not want to have a handgun.
Right.
And see the way
I think in that case we need to kill them. No good, huh?
Now let's not do
right.
that.
We don't want to do that.
Let's not do that, Trump.
So,
but that's just one issue.
You'll get it later. You'll get it later. Go ahead.
And healthcare is so important.
Yeah.
We've got to continue to like the rural area I come from down around Scotland, Hope, and those areas. Healthcare. I've talked to the president of CEO of Scotland Memorial before I get here today, and we're talking about the importance of funding healthcare and rural hospitals are in danger up around Martin County. When you don't have a hospital in an area, people have to travel 35 and 40 miles or further to get to a doctor in an emergency situation.
Right. That's right.
When I first went to the General Assembly, Scott, there was no hospital in Hope County. Did you know that?
Well, yeah,
Did you
based
know that?
on my travels.
Okay,
yeah.
So now you know we got two there, First Health and Cape Fear Valley.
Yeah.
But then if you had got an accident, just say downtown Rayford, you'd have to travel at least 30 miles to.
Oh, yeah.
To
Definitely.
Moore, Cumberland, Robertson, or Scotland. That's
Right.
quite a distance
It
to
is a
travel.
distance, yeah.
And you've got a medical issue going on. So
I
now
guess-
we're blessed with two hospitals.
Right.
So yeah. And that was some of the legislation that I pushed when I first got there. And talking about that, and now we're where we are now with that by a person having interest in it, because I knew the importance of healthcare.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That makes it bad, though. I mean, you have to travel. You have to do triage while you're traveling.
Yes, correct.
That's not good.
But some things are not going to work in
It's
triage.
not
You
gonna-
need to
it's
be
not
at
gonna
that
work.
facility. Yes.
But
Healthcare is so important in our rural areas.
it is
Really
It is.
important.
It is.
And I'd hate to be traveling in a county that doesn't have adequate health care and get an accident or something. You know, I think, is that Drew that came up with the blood? Was that Drew? They did blood plasma, didn't he get?
Yes, yeah.
And they wouldn't give it to him. Am I correct about that? I
You're
don't
right about
misquote
that.
on, I don't want to misquote on your
no.
show. But so healthcare is just so important to
Yeah.
us.
Well, I'm good for misquoting anything,
Yeah.
so we'll let it go.
But I definitely don't want to do that.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Is there something that you are particularly proud of since you've been doing this for some time? Something some time ago or something recently that sticks out in your mind?
Well, just want to stick out, but a couple of things. One was no texting while driving. And I know in this short business, I know that's very important to
Yeah.
you and your clients. So I filed that legislation and it passed. That was one of my first bills. No texting while driving. That's credited to Garland Pierce.
And you actually funded that, right?
Just that was my bill.
I'll remember that when I vote for you again. So
No texting while driving. You know that's very important. Yeah, no texting while driving.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, Scott, is the things that are not legislative, like you asked me a question. Senior citizens have needs. People have needs that are not, like somebody just called me today wanting to know how can they get a birth certificate. So it's things like that people don't see that's not advertised that we do day in and day out to help people with challenges,
Right.
putting roofs on their house, getting, moving a son or daughter from one correction institution to another to get them close to home so mama or grandmama can go see them. Just those little matters that people would probably not think that we do as legislators. So it's those type things that are not advertised, they're not bills, but they're just public service to help people with facing challenges.
Right.
Yes.
Right,
And I pride myself on that. When I first went to General Assembly, Scott, there was a third-party recovery. I know you know the term. They owed the state, $10,000 for grandmama being in a facility. And the state was going to sell that house for whatever they could get out of it. And the house meant nothing to anybody except the family that lived in the house. And I fought that battle, and the family was able to stay in the house. So matters like that. Why would you sell a house that's worth nothing to satisfy a $200,000 bill? You're going to sell a house for $10,000. Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to benefit. So things like that is what I pride myself on, helping just the regular citizen who does not know how to navigate Raleigh, a government.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's terrific.
Well, yeah, thank you.
That is something else. Anything else that's...
I think those are the type of things, and always advocating for schools, for teachers particularly, to get the raises they need. And I'm in those rural areas in our schools. We have lost some schools due to decrease in population in certain areas. So I think education and healthcare are the main issues that I've really tried to check. And we did get, Medicaid expansion. I was there when we signed that bill into law. We was the only state that did not have Medicaid extension, which I think you're in the business, so you understand that. So those were proud moments, because I know how the effect they would have on so many people who are sick and going through challenges, and but what Medicaid would do for them. Healthcare. I think the word is, it's better to treat than amputate.
Oh, yeah.
You understand the concept?
Definitely.
So those are the things we get to deal with more and more to help people have good health care. And the emergency room should not be a primary provider for anybody. Right. It should not be the primary provider. It should be where they have, care, day in and day out when they need it. Not when they get sick, and have to go to the emergency room. That's not the right time.
No, it's not.
Okay, so that's what those are things that I think that I pride myself on, just helping the average citizen, things that are not legislatively, but just in my office, I'm able to make those calls. I've been there 20 years, so I know who to call. I know what agencies to call. I know what persons to call to get things moving.
Okay.
And I'm proud of that. But 20 years of experience, I've learned. I know who to talk to. Yeah,
it makes a difference.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's great. I'd like to ask, and if you could shed some light on our the prisons, and is there anything? Why are we building more prisons? And someone would probably say because we have more criminals. But it's like a catch-22. We've got to somehow get people trained and actually have them get educated so they don't take that path.
Yes, sir.
But where do we stand with our prisons? Are our prisons in North Carolina overcrowded? I
talked to the liaison. It's amazing you asked me. I talked to the liaison last evening about this very issue, because I thought that North Carolina was doing some early releases for some folks. They used to have where they let you out but now you get that structured sentences, so you get the basic serve day for day.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have compassionate. If somebody's really sick, cancer, and their time is short in the world, they'll let them out like that. But in talking to the person I talked to on Monday, I think it was Monday, yes, that it seemed like there's a movement to maybe start considering letting some folks out. But if you do that and you let me out early and I do something else, then the public's gonna raise what. You should have let him stay the whole time. He or she now.
Yeah, right.
It's not only just me. And so that's the argument that we're having as it relates to that. But right now, good questions. There are so many staff that are working overtime. It's burning them out. That's one issue. Too much contraband is getting into our facilities. You didn't bring that up, but I bring that up.
Sure.
And that makes it dangerous for the staff and everybody else when all types of contraband can get into you see where they're flying these drones.
The drones,
dropping. I think somebody had one drop some lobsters and all kind of stuff like that the other day.
Yeah.
So, and that's what makes it dangerous with that. And our staff are overworked. And that's not a good thing when they overwork like that. Because, they've got families. And then the cell phones in these facilities, you might not believe that. I know we talk about cell phones in schools, but there are a lot of cell phones in prisons that should not definitely be in prisons where inmates are able to threaten you at home, do things on those cell phones. And that's an issue that challenges me. And you ask the question, how did they get there? Well, it's obviously somebody brings them in.
Sure.
And that's what's dangerous. I hate that because it makes it hard on the other staff persons who are there doing their job and trying to do the right thing, and they're getting threatened, called at home, families called at home, and those type of things. So the prison system definitely needs some reform.
Right.
And I'm doing it. And my wife worked in the prison system. My son worked in the prison system. And I've got other folks that we know who work in the prison system. So
Right.
I'm concerned about their safety and what they deal with each and every day. Because they do the best they can, but we got to do more to enforce tighter restrictions and things within our prison system. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Well, it's as you said, it's a lot going on.
Of course, yes.
We need the people. Of course, it takes a special person with some talent to work in that type of environment also. So that becomes an issue.
But then the pay is the issue. If you're not really paying people, some people can leave the prison system and go work in other capacities, like for the sheriff's office or other places and make more. But I think the danger is greater in the prison system than some of the other jobs. I mean,
Right.
yeah, the prison system is very dangerous. I mean, the one in Scotland, I live right near Scotland. I mean, you've had 2 deaths there. One was said it was suicide, and the other was homicide. So it's just challenging, very challenging. And then those staff persons have to watch that, see that, and it gets to the place where I've been in the military where you've been in a war zone, you've been in different things. That stuff deals with you, and then your own personal injuries. You never know when somebody's going to stick you,
Right.
whatever they're going to do.
Right.
And you can't be. You can be on guard, but you never know what a person's going to do, what they're thinking.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Sounds like it's a war zone.
Well, it's very challenging.
Yeah.
And you're trying to break up a fight, and you get stabbed, and you get
Right,
something happen to you. So it's very dangerous, and that's why I'm in and out of those facilities, letting the staff know that as a legislator, I'm concerned about their behavior, not so much the behavior, but I'm concerned about what's going on in there. Let them know that, because I mean, the money, as I said, is an issue, no doubt about that. But at the same time, there's other things like the health insurance. So many things that and the time off. Can you imagine working 3/12s? That's not home with your family. That's not good. So we got to do all we can to let people have wholesome family lives also.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, that's something else. Okay. Okay. Well, what's in store for the future for you?
Well, I'm on the ballot again this time. I'm running for office. I do not have a primary. I'm grateful for that. They're giving me some time to kind of ease around a little bit, take it easy, go to the CIAA this year, maybe. Years I don't usually get it goes. We're in session,
Yeah.
and it gives me a break to just see what the future holds politically. Looking at the candidate, is 2 of them running for office at the present time. So just seeing which one is going to come out of their primary, and we'll look at it like that. Like I said, this would be my 20, at the end of this session, I would have served 22 years. So, I mean, it's getting late in the evening. So all roads come to an end. So we'll just start looking at that and hopefully prepare some young man or some young woman to take on this challenging position, because it's very challenging. It's not easy. So that's what we'll start looking at that. I'm looking at that as we speak right now.
Okay. All right. Are you going to have I'm trying to think. A building, or a room, and field questions from the audience about what you intend to do for the coming term or anything like that?
We always have that candidates forum.
Yeah.
Personal forum, we did candidate forum with other candidates.
Right.
So that happens. But yeah, I take my own time to have my own gathering to people to come out and talk with me and thank them for what they've already did for me, and just continue that.
Nothing's been formalized just yet, has it?
I've had one back with the Attorney General about 2 months ago. He came down to Scotland County. He had about 150 people there, so it was a good crowd. Yeah, and it was a fundraiser at that time.
Okay.
So yeah, but still, I shared my vision and what I've did in the past and what I plan to do and continue to do. It's successful. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Well, I thank you for at least coming out today.
Yes.
And sharing with everyone out there. Is there anything that sticks out maybe that is being done in any of the counties for our youth? I know I put you on the spot.
No, that's good. I had a workshop about a month ago. It talked about juvenile violence and the whole juvenile justice piece. I brought the guy from Raleigh. He brought his team, and we talked about what more communities. Good question. What more communities can do, because as you well know, come wherever we are, there's a lot of youth violence.
Yeah, there is.
And
I say put them in jail. That won't work, I guess.
You caught me off guard on that.
Okay.
But there again, you go back.
You might want to cut that.
You're going back
producer,
to facilities, with and sometimes young people learn a lot of things that they do on the street when they're in there from other folks. So it's not always wholesome to do that.
No, it's not.
But we need to stop the pipeline to prison. I know we need to do that, and that starts in the school system with helping our boys and girls to really. Get the mindset to really want to move forward in life and have some success, but you just can't keep. You can't lock them all up. You just asked the question early on. We got so many people locked up now.
Yeah, right.
And you as the taxpayers paying for health care. You're paying to feed them and all of that. So we got to stop that pipeline. Though.
Yeah,
it's we got to find ways.
Monumental amount of money that we spend on the prisoners. It's really something else.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the document. I'll get your and send it to you.
Okay.
It's the prison system. You're right. Wait a minute. I want to think that we put most money in prisons
than we do in schools.
I correct myself. If I'm your listeners, if I'm wrong, we'll correct that.
Yeah.
But we spend a lot of money.
We do.
Well, it's about $30,000 per inmate.
Yeah.
We don't spend that on per student.
No.
Y'all didn't listen.
No, that's a shame. It really is. We're spending money more on prisoners than we do on the students.
I think that is a fact. If we're wrong, we'll correct it, and you can get it out there. But I'm quite
bad.
sure.
And what the prisoners get 3 meals a day.
What they say, 3 hots and a cot.
Yeah, maybe we could cut out one of those meals. That might save us some money. What do you think?
Well, since you're talking on that, but you got so many people, who benefit from the prison system.
You're
Tootsie Roll, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking those industries.
No, not either.
My friends. But I'm just saying everybody benefits in some form from the prison system, just like they do Coca-Cola in the schools. So I mean, there are a lot of agencies, food. Come on, there's so many people that benefit.
That's tremendous.
And it's not because they want to benefit, but the opportunity is there. So
it is.
You got to do it.
That's it.
Jerome, you asked some good questions. I want to come back again to you. Let me come back again.
I can come up with some stuff. I know that.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been told, but I don't know. But again, I want to thank.
Can you ask Mr. Garland Pierce what you asked Mrs. Iris Flowers about? Was he going to be there for America 250? That's how we got here in the first place.
America 250.
Yes.
Our birthday.
Yeah. Remember Iris? And you was like, is Garland going to be there? So ask Mr. Garland to his face, is he going to be there?
You talking about Iris Pierce?
I mean Iris Flowers.
Flowers.
She called me about
that. She's the chairman.
And we're going to be over in Hope County.
Yeah.
Y'all plan to support whatever they put together. I mean, but you said if I'm going to be here.
Be there. Be there.
I pray so.
Yeah, you better be, or if not, we're going to put you in prison.
What? I can get incarcerated for not being there? Let me get I know I need my lawyer here, y'all over here. Really? Yeah, I know Iris. Yeah. I thought she was a peer. Yeah. I know her well.
Well, I must compliment you, sir, on being so many places that come up, and you're there. It's an amazing.
I pride myself on that. I never want anybody to say these one things. Jerome, you've been around a long time. The only time you see Pierce is when it's election time. I don't want anybody to ever. They can say it, but it won't be true.
No. I must admit, I've seen you in various places, and it's been great.
Oh yeah.
Knowing that I know you're going to be there, and we can count you in, and you're always, and that's an important.
And let your listeners know that I've tried to work in Raleigh in a bipartisan way. That's very important in Raleigh. When you can. There's sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
But those times that I can, I've been very bipartisan. When it affects, if it affects everybody, I'm going to be on board with it. But I mean, there's some things that they do that's going to do harm to another group. I'm not with that. But when there's opportunities to work in a bipartisan way, I'm your guy. I'm going to do that. Because I know how important it is. I want to be a statesman at the end of the day. And that's so important to be a statesman for the good of the whole state of North Carolina.
Right.
And all of its people. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good thing to not only say, but to make sure you live up to it.
Yes.
Because it's important. And certainly, based on what you've said, we're going to hold your feet to the fire.
That'll be fine.
That'll be great.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, producer, where do we stand on things that are happening? Are we in
30 minutes.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that good or bad? the other producer says that's good. So we've had a great time.
And I've
Again,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you so much for coming. I hope this was not like giving blood, because a lot of people don't know what to expect.
You know,
And
I did quite a few of them in Raleigh. So
yeah,
and
so I don't know what to expect either. So and we do the best we can.
you do a good job. Good questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. But again, thank you so much. And with that being said, I believe we're over and out. I just want to see if I need to do anything out here. If anyone out there has any particular questions for Garland Pierce, they can certainly give him a call, write him a letter. If you don't remember anything, remember me, the insurance guy. Get it to me, and I'll get it to him.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll make sure it happens for you. So it's important. And 2026, this is a great. You're on here the first time on, and you've
Thank you.
given us
Quite an honor. Yeah.
Well, it should be.
Yeah.
And
What you guys gonna do with this guy? Really?
so all I'm doing is
Nah.
trying to make sure
I've
that.
been knowing this brother a long time. Long time. Ain't that right, Doc?
Yeah,
Long
it's
time.
been a while. I'm still trying to get that bill through. And
Which one?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So at any rate, but anyway, we are done, over and out with this one. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Take care.